Hey guys, welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good day. I got my Christmas tree up and decorated, and that is a baby gate around my tree to keep it Obi proof because he likes to eat Christmas decorations. It's worked so far. He hasn't eaten the tree or knocked it over, so that's going well. Today I'm going to do a little something different. I've prepared a little script. Usually I don't do any kind of, I don't plan on what I'm going to say or anything. I don't script what I'm talking about, but for some reason when I'm talking about anything other than, my preps or grocery hauls or something, I can have a perfectly formulated thought in my head, and then when I try to verbalize it, I just can't do it. Let me fix my camera here. So I wrote it out so that I would actually make some sense when I was talking to you guys. So basically I'm going to be looking at my notes, I'm sorry. Usually my videos are all about prepping and food hauls, that kind of thing. Maybe some survival stuff here and there. So this is going to be different, but today I'm talking about diversifying your assets. When you're prepping, everything's an asset. Your skills, your knowledge, your food, your survival gear, your monetary assets, everything is an asset to you. And so you need to keep your assets diverse. So here goes. I feel like a news reporter. Okay, so part of prepping involves being up to date on and researching current world events and how they affect the economy and therefore how they affect you and your family. You can't live with your head in the sand and not pay attention to what's going on in the world, or you won't even know what to prep for. Your prepping plans need to be fluid, meaning that you're prepping for many different events and situations, and you can adapt to any changes as they come about. You have to be aware of everything that's going on around you. I'm new to prepping. Pretty positive, though, that 2020 has thrown every prepper for a loop. And this is just uncharted territory. It's coming in from all angles. So do you remember when the first proposals for the economic stimulus package were underway and they were talking about it? There were certain members trying to work in the digital dollar. That's all part of this Great Reset thing. Go research that on the World Economic Forum website. But anyway, if there was a digital dollar introduced, what would happen to our fiat currency? What would happen to our dollar? I have no idea. I'm asking you. What would happen to the value of our fiat currency if we kept injecting trillions of dollars into circulation with all these endless economic stimulus packages? I don't think you have to be a genius to realize that inserting money and injecting money into the economy like this, printing fake money that has no backing, just devalues our dollar, making your money in the bank worth less and less, and that makes your working labor value less and less. The reason I got onto this really is because in our meeting before work, somebody was just talking and they were like, oh, did you hear there might be another economic stimulus package? And somebody's like, oh yeah, I don't mind a little free money. And I was like, free money? Seriously? There's no such thing as free money. I don't understand where people get that. It's not free. We're going to have to pay for it. Anyway, that's where I got into, wanting to do this. Okay, so I'm a mother. The whole injecting money into the economy thing made me think of it this way. When you're printing more dollars, it's the same as adding water to Kool-Aid. Eventually, the Kool-Aid is going to taste so watered down that you're not going to want to drink it. It's just going to be water with a Kool-Aid flavor. It's not as tasty. That's my mom analogy. I can imagine that over the next 5 to 10 years, possibly sooner, we'll see the price of most everything go up. In response to the dilution of the dollar. So your groceries, your gas, your power, and every other commodity it takes us to survive will go up in price. Couple those rising prices with mass unemployment because of shutdowns, and we're in for really rough times. Trying to keep this on a positive note here. Food could get so expensive that many people will go hungry, and this is why we prep. Disclaimer, I'm not a historian. I'm just doing my best. I briefly remember this from history class, and then kind of researched it this morning. But in the mid-20s, the roaring 20s, the economy was doing great. The stock market was at record highs. I think for like 8 years straight, the economy was hitting record numbers. The automotive industry was booming. And then towards the late 20s, unemployment started to rise. The stock market started to decline a little, but it was still held almost artificially high. All things considered, everything else that was going on, it was almost like, why is the economy still doing so good? Then one day, I think it was Black Tuesday, there was Black Monday and Black Tuesday, but Black Tuesday is when all of a sudden millions of stocks were sold all in one day. I think it was 30 million stocks or somewhere around there. As if all the traders realized at once that the market couldn't sustain itself. And the stock market crashed, which led to the Great Depression. Now, does any of that sound familiar? Our markets are doing incredibly well right now. While people are unemployed, people are not going out and doing their normal things. They're not shopping, restaurants are closed, and yet the stock market is doing great. So anyway, think about that. That all being said, and another disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is just personal, my opinion. Knowing everything that's going on right now, if you have any money in the bank whatsoever, it'd probably be a good idea to invest some of that, just a small portion, in some precious metals. Silver and gold is what I mean, like silver bars, silver coins, gold if you can afford it, and that, usually people with more money in the bank that want to protect their wealth, you can invest in gold, but it is pricier. Silver and gold have real value because they're actually used in many industries and technologies. So it's not just a pretty thing to have around. It actually has usable value. Silver is cheaper than gold, so it's easier to invest. It's around, I think I checked it today, it was a little over $24 an ounce, maybe $24.25 or something. Obviously it changes all the time. Gold is pricier, so it's about $18.40, I think maybe $18.50 today an ounce, $18.50. So that's, people who have money in the bank, they want to preserve their wealth, preserve the value of their money. During the Great Depression, people who had gold actually fared a little bit better than people who didn't. Obviously, people with money fared better, period. But eventually, these commodities will go up in value. You from day to day, you'll see them dip and go up and dip and go up. And I would say just stay calm if you're going to invest, and don't just freak out because it's down and sell your gold or silver. Just hold on to it if you can. So let's see. That's what I'm talking about. This, I've been getting a little bit of this. These are silver coins. These are 1 ounce coins. I don't know if you can see that. These aren't like country mints. This isn't like a US mint or a Canada mint or Australia mint. It's just a 1 ounce 0.999 fine silver. I think it was, I can't remember who minted it, but I got this on jmbullion.com. I bought a little bit from AppMex too, but JM Bullion has lower premiums. I'm not, sponsoring them or anything, but I've went to a few different websites, and JM Bullion had the lower premiums. And the reason I suggest these non-country minted coins is because they also have lower premiums. You could pay like $5 to $10 over spot price for a US minted coin. It's still the same ounce of silver, but you're paying way over value. So this is what I suggest, and I've gotten a few of these. The reason I suggest these is because, okay, so on a prepper standpoint, it's something to trade. It has real value. If stuff were to hit the fan and you had no cash, the ATMs weren't working, the point of sale systems weren't working, so you couldn't use your card, and this happens like during hurricanes. Everyone knows in Florida to get some cash out because the ATM machines, or have cash out, I'm sorry, because the ATM machines and point of sale machines that take your card won't be working, and so you won't be able to buy anything unless you have cash. But then, you know, things down the road that could get worse than that, silver is tradable. It has, I mean, most people would know that you can trade. You could probably trade and barter this coin here, which is valued today for about $24.15. I don't know, somewhere around there. I could probably get a 5-gallon tank of gas for this. Or if I needed bread, food, whatever I needed, this you can trade. And yeah, basically that's about it. Other metals I suggest investing in: lead, brass and copper, you know what I mean. I'm not going to talk about that on YouTube. But yeah, I had all of this printed out just to say that, because I knew that once I got recording, I would totally forget what I meant to say and get all jumbled up. But yeah, diversify your assets. And you guys have a good day. Merry Christmas. Oh, on another note, because Christmas is coming up, maybe this year don't spend so much money on Christmas, and then put a little money aside to get yourself some silver or gold if you can afford it. But yeah, thanks for watching again, guys, and tune in for the next video. Please be sure to like and subscribe.